beautiful morning, and I wanted to share with you what the garden was looking like today, especially the roses. They are looking glorious. This here is the Shropshire Lad rose. It's absolutely stunning. It's climbing this arbor pretty nicely, and it's got such a beautiful soft pink color. It's just beautiful. It's a peachy pink color. The buds are really pretty too, and it's got this beautiful form and beautiful scent. Very nice rose, and it's looking beautiful on this arbor. Let me step back and show you what this is looking like. It's absolutely beautiful. And this rose here is opened up quite a bit as well, and it is looking superb. Love the color of this rose and how beautiful and grand it looks in this spot. I know it's just sprawling everywhere, but it's gorgeous. I love how this one looks. Lots more buds to still open, and it's going to still continue to look great for a few more weeks. And this here is a spent bloom on the Moody Blue. It's put out a lot of buds. It's putting on a lot more growth as well. And someone recently asked me how my Moody Blue was doing and if I still like it. I still love it. It's doing great. It's very healthy for me. It does develop a little black spot towards the end of the season, but for now it's very healthy. I mean, look at the amount of buds on this rose. It's crazy how many buds are on it. It hasn't fully opened yet. That's Summer Romance in the back there, and that one is looking really good as well. It's got lots of buds. I have to come in and deadhead it. And this here is Grace, which is just starting to open. This is a David Austin rose. It's just starting to open, and it's looking beautiful. I do have Munstead Wood in the back there, which is also not opened yet, but it's going to soon. And on this side here, this is the Ringo All-Star Rose. It's just beautiful. Look at how many flowers are on this rose. And then in the back there is Atlas Rose. It's also looking glorious. It's beautiful. What a stunning rose. And it's just glorious. And my Boscobel here has so many more blooms. It's looking beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love the color on the Boscobel. It's got this coral kind of glow in the middle of the pink, and it's just a beautiful, stunning rose. And even as it ages, it does look really spectacular. Look at the buds on it. It's just a beautiful rose. Has many different interesting pinky peachy corally colors in its buds and its flowers as well. It's beautiful. So here's another look at this side of the garden. Lots of roses are opening, and of course the supporting salvias are looking beautiful. That's Carodona salvia, and lots of other salvias, as well as the creeping thyme is blooming. The cat's pajama nepeta is blooming, and also a lot of my blanket flowers are budded up, so they should be blooming soon and looking gorgeous. Let me walk over to the other side and show you what's happening there. Side of the garden too, a lot more roses are opening up and looking great. This is the Lady Gardner rose. It's budded up, but it hasn't opened. I have one little bloom here. Been trying to guard this from the rabbits trying to eat it. And this here is Easy Does It. It's going to open, and it's going to be beautiful because it has so many buds on it. That's another English rose in the back there. And this one is Rainbow Niagara. Isn't that beautiful, the bloom? I'm always mesmerized by this bloom. I mean, I don't typically like these multicolored flowers, but this one is special. It's got a nice glow to it, and it looks great in the garden. There is a change I made on this side. I removed my Kodiak Night Glow Deer Villa from here. I used to love that plant over here, but as you know, with all bush honeysuckles, they kind of get a little invasive. It was spreading everywhere, so I needed to dig it out. So I have a bit of a hole here for now, which I will think about filling, maybe with a shrub and some perennials. But for now, I did move some of my perennials here. It looks like a hot mess in here just because of you know, I had to remove it. I had to dig through some of the roots to make sure it's not spreading too far beyond. But that's okay now. I can see my roses, my quicksilver roses in the back, which are blooming gloriously. And I will find something to fill in this space, but I can see a lot of my other perennials here. And Rosanna is just starting to open, and she is big and beautiful and gorgeous. I love this rose. Still not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I guess I'm leaving it for now, and it's arching on its own, but it's super heavy. And then behind there is wild blue yonder, which it's crushing literally, so I have to support it somehow. And then I have leander, which is blooming beautifully as well. This is a David Austin rose. It's called leander. And look how big this bloom is. It's been blooming for a while, and it did not get shattered in the rain. So I can vouch for this rose being good that way. If you're looking for a DA rose, which is a little bit more resistant to the rain, and so is Boscobel. I mean, we did get a lot of rain. And then on this side, here is beautiful globe flowers still blooming, looking pretty. And then South Africa rose is a lot more open. There's lots of roses on it. This has been here for so long, and I love as it ages, it gets these pink speckles on it, which is gorgeous. And then my hot cocoa rose in the back has also opened, and it's looking gorgeous. I love the color on it. It's got this beautiful orange color. I don't want to step in my catmint, but it's beautiful. And there is a look at the quicksilver behind it. Love that combination of red and purple and all of this catmint. And for those of you wondering where my deer villa went, it went outside here in my on my sidewalk area, which I think it's recovering. It looked pretty droopy yesterday. I thought I killed it, but I don't think I can kill it. So it should be okay, this rose. But here is a look at the quicksilver. Isn't that beautiful, with the poppies and the Vigila? And here is a look, closer look at the hot cocoa rose. Beautiful. I love this rose. And I love this honeysuckle just crawling over there with the rose. Beautiful. And in my driveway garden, not driveway, my health strip garden, I do have ebb tide blooming, put out another little bloom. These blooms are not that big, but they're pretty. And this is Diana rose putting out another bud. And a lot of these spireas are gonna bloom soon, and they're gonna be looking pretty here. Another little spot on the health strip garden, the blushing knockout rose and the white salvias looking glorious with the penstemon in the back. I just love how this little strip turned out, and these pink blushing knockouts just add such a vibrant pop of color, but they're not as bright. As they age, they become a little bit more shell pink, which is really pretty as well. Very pretty. This is looking great. Lots of bee action already this early in the morning, and it's beautiful. Here's another look at the garden. The knockout and also easy roses are blooming. They are looking pretty. I love when these start blooming because they are going to continue to bloom throughout the season. And let's walk into the side yard and see what's happening. This is my peony Sarah Bernhardt, which is blooming, and it is flopping all over because of all the rain. But it's beautiful. I should cut some and take them inside, but it's just absolutely stunning. Climbing Rose America is looking great too. I mean, it's been blooming for a long time, and these blooms have been on this plant for at least over a week, and it's looking gorgeous. And here is another look at my garden from this angle. Lots of flowers in this morning light, and it's looking really, really so beautiful. I have no words. Like, I don't even know how to describe how beautiful that's looking. And look at all the buds that are going to open on my Florentina rose. I mean, it's still taking its time to open, but it's looking beautiful. I think the red is just absolutely stunning. So side yard garden, I mean, it's coming into its own. It's got a lot of blooms. And here's another look at Florentina. Still in bud stage, not opened yet, but it's going to be beautiful. But I do have Blaze over there, which is blazing that fence and looking great. I've been enjoying it from my kitchen window every day. It's looking glorious. And here is a pink drift rose, which is looking absolutely beautiful. And all of the buds and how it's opened up, it's lush. And this is Graham Thomas. It's starting to open more and more every single day, and it's a beautiful, stunning rose. I love it. And then this here is Heritage David Austin rose. Graham Thomas is also a David Austin rose. This is Heritage, and it's got a really pretty soft pink color, and it's absolutely beautiful. Needed to deadhead my iris. They are done blooming, and if you can see in the back there, that's Kiss Me Kate, which is not as prolific as my Florentina. So I'm okay with it, but I think Florentina is quite a bit prolific, and maybe I should have put that one in a different spot, but we'll see how that one does. This is my Poet's Wife, which is also blooming beautifully. It's a very young plant, but it's growing nicely, and it's putting on a lot more buds. And then here, this flower here has been blooming for I don't know, 3 weeks now, and it's, I think, on its way out, but it's still looking beautiful. Lots of Nepeta is blooming. It's glorious. And I think I have my very first bloom on my Lion's Fairy Tale rose. Oh my goodness, that's pretty. Love the white. I think I mentioned to you that I moved all my white roses all together here, and they're looking beautiful. I think when this delphinium starts to bloom, it's gonna look beautiful with the white roses. As you can see, Tranquility is like flopped over from all the rain, and that's what Tranquility does. I mean, it has this droop down effect, which I don't mind. It looks very, very pretty, and the flower is so heavy and so full that it just can't hold it. It's beautiful though. And then more peonies are blooming here. This is another Sarah Bernhardt, and it's looking great. And this here is called Rosenfield, I think, and this is the first year it's blooming in my garden. I planted it bare root. Love how beautiful this is. I'm excited to see this one bloom. I got both of these bare root one year from Canadian Tire, and this one bloomed for me last year and this one didn't, and now this year they are both blooming, so I should continue to have blooms from this now for many, many years to come. And they are just stunning. And this garden here is lush. I mean, lots of flowers to come and bloom, but the astilbe are going to start to bloom soon. I see lots and lots of buds on the astilbes. Geranium is starting to bloom here. I love how it just finds its way everywhere and blooms and looks pretty. I do have some Macrophylla hydrangeas here. I think these are Endless Summer. They have lots of buds on it, not open yet, but I do have an astilbe which is starting to open and look glorious. So the shade garden is full. I mean, I'll post another video about the shade garden and the work that I've been doing in here, but look at these incredible hydrangeas. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to do a separate tour on my shade garden because I've been working on the shade garden and getting rid of my turf, and I just will share that with you, what I did here, in another video. But today I just want to focus on the blooms. But in general, the garden is looking very, very nice and lush, the shade garden. I'll just pan and show you a sneak peek at what I've been doing in this garden. But in terms of blooms, I mean, there is a lot of blooms. There's a lot of foxgloves that are blooming. The penstemon has started to bloom here as well. I just love the combination of penstemon and foxgloves because they do bloom pretty much around the same time, and they look really pretty in this spot of the garden. And then I have bee balm there, which is getting ready to open, and it's looking really, really pretty. Let me go over to this side. And this is a white allium, which is blooming late, which I love. It's just starting to bloom as well, and looks really, really nice. So here is a look at the shade garden. It's looking really pretty. And then I do have more roses here that are blooming. I don't remember the name of this one, but it's one of those, you know, Floribunda roses. I think it was from Weeks, that, you know, easy star rose that can keep on blooming. So I don't remember the name of this one. I do have a peony there which is blooming. Again, it was mislabeled, so I don't know the name. It was supposed to be a different colored peony, and it turned out to be this mauve color. Pretty is just fallen over and looking big and blousy and beautiful. I don't mind it. Tick seed is starting to open now, and it's going to bloom forever in the summer. I do have lavender as well, which is starting to bloom. Geranium roseanne is coming to bloom, and these roses are going to come into bloom. I think this is the apricot drift. It's going to come into bloom soon. Another look at peony clematis. I think this one is Nubia. Look at this peony. Isn't that beautiful? I love the last of my peonies. They are looking gorgeous. Sad to see the peony season almost come to an end, but you know, that happens every year and I miss it. That's Queen Elizabeth rose, which is looking beautiful. I love that strong pink color it has. It's absolutely stunning. And that's my mystery David Austin rose climbing up the arbor. Last 2 years it was white. This year it's pink, so I'm not sure what that rose is, but it's looking good. And then here I have a beautiful, beautiful bloom. First bloom on my Julia Child rose. This is beautiful, absolutely stunning. Love this rose. Glad I have it in my garden, and it's looking beautiful. I do have some other clematis here. There is clematis Pink Fantasy and Julka. I think that one is called Julka, which is also blooming. And I have some cosmos here and some other annuals. I'll walk through this area in another video a little bit more in detail. And here is my Just Joey rose. This is absolutely beautiful, big blousy bloom. Really pretty with the dianthus in the front and my Japanese maple. It's looking really good. And I just have to show you this beautiful rose in the back. I mean, I want to get up close to it, but it's the Galloway Bay rose. It is huge. It is at least, I would say, 6 inches. It's beautiful. It almost looks as big as those hibiscus, you know, those perennial hibiscus. It's glorious. Let me try to get close to it and show you the bloom. So I'm finally getting closer to it. I wanted to really, really show you this bloom, and I wanted to look at it. It's gorgeous. Look how big this bloom is. It is just stunning. So this rose is called Galloway Bay. It's a climber, and it's just a very, very beautiful color. And here is the watercolor home run rose, which is budded like crazy, and it's gonna bloom. And I do have some hollyhocks in there, which are also blooming. And that's a knockout rose, which wasn't doing so well in the past few years, but this year it's doing good. I think it's because we've had so much rain that it's really, really happy and it's doing well. Foxgloves are looking really glorious. They are looking good. I have a ton of milkweed here, which I love because I know it spreads and it's gonna do its thing. But that's what my garden is for. It's for the pollinators, and this just appeared in my garden, and I've just let it be, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. The foxgloves are kind of droopy and going over a bit, but I think they are still looking good. And once they go over, I'm just gonna let them self-seed in the garden and do their thing. Ali, he is so happy to be out in the garden with me. Hi, Ali. Hi, sweetie. Want to say hi to everyone? Yeah. So happy in the morning. More foxgloves here. Aren't they looking glorious? Love all the different colors. They are going over now though, and more geranium that is blooming. This is Tiny Monster. Beautiful geranium. And let me show you. This is another peony that is almost done blooming. It's past its prime, but I love the color because you can really notice it from a distance, and it looks really pretty. This clematis here is also done blooming. I have some spirea that's coming into bloom there. So as one thing is going over, another thing is coming into bloom. I do have Aphrodite sweet shrub, Calicanthus, which is blooming in the back there, and it's looking really, really pretty. Veg garden is full. I gotta come and like support things and prune things and give my tomatoes a little prune, remove the suckers. All of that job is still to be done, and I think I'll do that sometime today. But look at this Crown Princess Margarita. It's just glorious. Oh my goodness. It's fully open now, and it's just present in this garden. It's gorgeous. This is Teasing Georgia. I have to come and support it so I can see it a little bit better. But it's also very beautiful rose. Love it. And I think it will look even better when it matures. And one rose that really, really surprised me this year, it's a new rose, is Easy Does It. I love it. It's been blooming for a long time. So glorious. I love it so much that I added another one in my garden. I usually try to keep it to one rose because I'm such an avid rose lover. But this one here just has all the colors I love. And the presence in the garden that I'm craving from roses. So it's absolutely beautiful. So this here is Henry Kelsey rose, and it's blooming beautifully in the back there and looking wonderful. And this is Sally Holmes rose as well, and it's more of it is open now. I mean, it really looks like dogwood blooms, and it's beautiful. It's just stunning. I just have no words to describe this rose. It's beautiful and glorious. Catmint is coming to bloom here. The veg garden is really looking stunning. I have to come and stake up my tomatoes and do some maintenance work here, which I haven't done. This is Carefree Wonder rose, and it's looking beautiful as well. Yeah, I mean, everything is looking glorious, beautiful. You know, June is like the high month in the garden. I mean, it's just always so pretty because a lot of things start to just open and come into bloom. This is don't mind all those contraptions trying to protect my roses from the rabbit. So that is Rise Up Lilac Days that I planted there, and Rise Up Ombres. These are the proven winners, new roses. And the rabbit just right away got rid of the Rise Up Lilac Days, except that one stem there. It's regrowing now, but I'm just trying to be extra careful with that rose. And here is a delphinium, which has come into bloom as well. It's pretty, really, really beautiful. And weeds growing in there. Veg garden is just going crazy. Look at how much kale I have. I have to come out here and harvest it. So these are kales that I started from seed back in April, and they are just crazy right now. And nasturtium planted with it. Yeah, I mean, it's a little crazy. And Swiss chard bed here with some tomatoes and cucumbers in the back. So yeah, that's what the garden is doing. I mean, it's brimming with, you know, life. it's just absolutely bold right now, and it's just strutting its stuff, looking great. And yeah, I just wanted to come out here and share it with you this morning and not miss this moment, because every day it's changing. I mean, if I come out here tomorrow, it's going to be something else and something else, and that's the beauty of perennial gardening. You just don't know what's going to show up. All right, so on that note, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, do hit the like button and subscribe to my video if you've enjoyed watching it. I love to talk about my garden, post what is growing in my garden, what I'm doing in my garden, and most times my garden, as you can see, is full, but there's always something happening in the garden. So thanks for joining me. I will catch you very soon in my next video. Bye for now.